So now that we got our bakes all done, you can see the normal map and the AO map applied to the model here, and you can see how it's getting all the details, even though it's essentially very little geometry. Next thing we'll want to do is start texturing in Photoshop. So one thing that will help us with that is by exporting our UVs out of 3ds Max, and so we can see basically the template in Photoshop on where the edges are and where parts meet up. So a good way to do that is select your mesh, and we'll add another unwrap UVW modifier on top of that, and we will go into the OpenUV editor, and you can see that everything is just kind of chaos right now. So if we click here, it will hide the active map, which is right now the checker pattern. So earlier we created the two UV sets for the screen and the body, and the way to get those separated here, because you can see a little bit of overlay right here, is to come down here to this little all IDs thing, and if I click on one, it will hide the screen UVs, and it'll just give me the UVs for the main body. So we're going to go ahead and export these first. So we'll come up here to Tools, Render UVW Template, and we're going to go with the 1024 by 1024, and I get rid of the seam edges and show overlap, and then click on Render UV Template, and you can see how it looks right here. And we'll just go ahead and save this out. So we'll go Datapad, Body, UVW map, UVs, and we'll just save that as a target and save. And it doesn't need to be 32-bit. We don't need the alpha, so we'll go with 24-bit and hit OK. And we will close that out now since we don't need that. Close this. Then we want the UVs for the screen, so we'll go back down to where we were down here, all IDs, and show 2, and you can see the UVs just for the screen itself. So we'll go ahead, come back up to Render UVW Template. This one will be a 512, so we'll put that to 512 by 512. It saved my settings here, so we'll hit Render UVW Template. There it is on the screen. Save it out to, we'll call this one Datapad Screen UVW, and save. Same settings, and done. And those will help us in Photoshop with our painting our textures and setting everything up and knowing where our boundaries are, so we don't put detail outside of the UV set that will never be seen. And we will be moving into Photoshop next.